We are live on both Instagram and YouTube. If you're going to be looking for the screen share, you're going to want to pop over to the YouTube page because I'm live streaming my Revit screen and my webcam over to the side on YouTube. So when I prop up my camera on Instagram, it's going to be you looking at my screen while I do a Revit model. Hello to everybody coming on. I'm so excited for this holiday special. We're going to be modeling a floor plan, Christmas themed, so it's going to be the shape of a Christmas tree. I have my ugly sweater on. You can see it on Instagram. I gotta adjust the YouTube screen so you can see it. My ugly Christmas sweater. So everybody buckle in. We're going to be doing a nice, cute little floor plan together. You can just join me live. We're going to be chatting about just what's been going on in my life. Have a nice little sip of our hot cocoa and just enjoy Christmas Eve if you celebrate together. If you want to follow along, you are more than welcome to. Model with Mel's. People either will follow along live or you can follow along during the replay. Like I said, I'm going to put my Instagram phone and flip the camera to my Revit screen. The quality isn't 100%. That's what the YouTube screen's for. But it gets the job done and you can follow along with what I'm doing if you're watching from Instagram. I do like to start off with my face though because I feel like it'd be pretty weird if I just started off and was like, oh, the Revit screen. Alright, so I'm just checking on the YouTube screen right now, making sure that we are streaming where we need to be. I hope everybody's having a good night. I am hosting Christmas tomorrow for the first time ever. I used to live in the same house as my mom, and this is the first year that we no longer live in the same house. So we are hosting her, which is special. It's our first holiday. And Billy and I will be cooking. Really, Billy will be cooking. I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef. He's really good at cooking. So he'll be cooking. I am just making sure that we are all set up on our stream over on YouTube, just because, again, that is where you are going to get the screenplay of what I'm doing in Model with Mel today. Just so we have a copy of the exercise and everybody can follow along either now or at a later date. So we're going to be modeling a floor plan in Revit. It's going to be Christmas themed. It's going to be a Christmas tree. Hello to everybody joining. Welcome, welcome. What a way to spend our Christmas Eve together, modeling in Revit, my favorite thing. I have been working on my final freelance project, and I'm hoping to finish it before the new year so I can start the new year like total clean slate and just really focus on the things I want to be focused on. And I know if you guys have been following me, you know that I have been talking about how I'm not sure if I will be ever doing freelance work again, but that I'm closing that chapter. And I guess I could talk a little bit about why if you guys want to yap about that. So, sipping my hot cocoa. If you're joining me now, hello. Wearing my ugly Christmas sweater. Has a reindeer on it. And all these bells and whistles. And I'm drinking my hot cocoa in my cup. And you can join me. I invite you to join me. Alright. So we are over on YouTube, live streaming the Revit screen. I almost feel like I want to leave Instagram here, streaming on me the whole time, and just talk to you guys about what's been going on in the freelance world. And if you want to watch the Revit special, you can head over to the YouTube because I also have the chat pulled up over there so I can see if anybody's over there talking to me there. And we'll be together in both places. But I think I'm going to keep my screen here on Instagram so you guys can see me face to face and I can interact with you guys in the comments. Hello to everybody joining. Yeah. I wish there was a way on Instagram to stream my computer screen to you and my face at the same time, because I feel like when I prop up my camera to my computer screen, it's not really that engaging. Like, let's be honest, on Instagram, you're not watching a live stream of somebody modeling. I usually just use it as a way to get people to then go to the YouTube where the quality in the screen share is, and then you can follow along via the YouTube. So that's my thought process behind it. I'm going to leave it actually here so that it's more of us having a conversation. Do know that the Model with Mel live stream and the floor plan that we're working on in Revit is being streamed over on the YouTube channel. You can watch the replay. You can follow along either now live over on YouTube, or you can watch the replay and follow along live. We're doing a Christmas tree floor plan. Again, wish I could show you my screen, and my face at the same time, but I can't do that. So, if you want to buckle in, go get over on the YouTube, get your hot cocoa, get your ugly Christmas sweater or your Christmas pajamas, and we are going to start our Model with Mel. So, when we're doing a floor plan, we're going to start off with the shape of what we're doing. So, I see, I'm going back and forth now. We're live workshopping this. I want you guys to be able to design with me the floor plan. So I do feel like if you're on Instagram and you're watching the live, you need to be able to see the floor plan. So I am going to dock you guys. You are going to see my floor plan. You're going to watch this live over here, and you're still going to be able to hear me talk. So I'm going to flip the screen over. All right. You're going to be able to watch as we go through this live modeling exercise together. We're going to be modeling a floor plan in the shape of a Christmas tree. And it's going to be fun, a little exercise. If you want a better quality screen capture, again, we're live streaming to YouTube. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Hello, Vignesh. How are you? I hope you're having a good Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve still in America on the East Coast. So, put that there. I don't know if you can see my little mug, but I'll put it there for the aesthetic. So, Instagram, I did prop you up, and we're about 8 minutes into the live stream, and now we're ready to get serious. We're ready to get started. Thanks for working through that with me. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do live streams, especially when I'm modeling. Again, I wish that Instagram allowed me to do like a split screen where I could model in Revit and show you my Revit screen, but also show you my face at the same time. But right now, that's not possible. So, let's get started on this floor plan. We're going to do a Christmas tree, and this is going to be very interesting because I have not thought this through at all, besides the fact that we're going to do a Christmas tree. So we're going to start off with just some basic walls here. That triangle is not straight at all whatsoever. I'm going to throw some rough dimensions on here just so we get a proportion. We don't want to create anything too crazy. We want to make sure that we're keeping it humble. So maybe we'll start up here with some square walls. And again, this is just for fun. This is not anything crazy accurate. This is fun. Okay, so I want to do the trunk of a tree. And then from there, I think we'll get crazy. So we'll just do a little entrance. Perfect entrance size. Hello, Joseph, who just joined the live on Instagram. Welcome. I'm also live streaming to YouTube, so you can get way better screen quality on what I'm doing and follow along at your leisure, either now or when you're watching the replay. So I stream to both places. I'm going to write to Instagram and tell them that I need them to come up with a feature where I can live stream my screen via YouTube, via my screen of Revit, and get my face at the same time. I think people on TikTok do that. I feel like I've been scrolling TikTok before and seen people doing that type of stream. So I'm going to need Instagram to get caught up. Okay. So we got a little tree trunk, and I'm going to have it stick out. It's going to be like an element. An element. You guys are here. You can help me design this as we go. But the theme or the preface of this is Santa's workshop is going to go inside here. So I think that's cute. Cutie. It doesn't seem like, let's see, dimension. I think I'm going to take like linear dimension here, and then I'm going to tab so that I can select the corner, or I need to select something, but if it's at an angle, it's not letting me do that. Why aren't you letting me do that? I just want to know the size. Just drawing some straight lines since it's giving me a little bit of an issue. And I'm going to make this 40 feet. We're going to make this huge. We're going to make sure that this is in the center. So the midpoint is always this little triangle that pops up for the midpoint. And then I'm going to take the midpoint here and just put it in the middle of the wall. All right. So that is going to be our front house vestibule. I'm going to also use a detail line now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the center line of the entire space and just make sure that our tree shape is actually symmetrical. So I am going to take a look at that. We did make it really wide, so it does need to be proportional in terms of the height of it. I think probably something like that. It's going to be Santa's workshop, so we need it to be a bit big. I'm going to mirror it, so I'm going to do on the keyboard. I'm always using short commands when I'm using Revit. If you're not familiar with short commands, learn them as soon as you can, because you navigating the program by clicking these buttons up here is just going to slow you down. You're going to be clicking on the tabs going, oh, where was that tool? What tab was it in? And you could have just activated it with the keyboard in half the time. So that's a pro tip. This is our vestibule, and it's the entrance of the house. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I want to move this wall out 2 feet, so I'm just going to grab it and type in 2 feet. I'm typing in the MV command and then over 2 feet, and then I'm also going to move this out 2 feet. So I'm going to activate the doors. I want to do a nice front door. So I'm just loading through all my front doors. This is just my standard template that I use for all my projects, and when I do a project, I will save that as my new template because it's always the most current of what I'm doing. So whenever I go and find models off of websites like Families and Doors for whatever I'm doing, I will then save the template because I know that I now can use it again in the future, and it's just saved to the template, and I don't have to go looking for things every time I start a new project. So it does look like I don't have any of the doors I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a nice front door. So I'm just gonna pop over to my Families. It opened up on the other screen, and my screen is like backwards, so I'm trying to get there. A little bit of a struggle. If you are watching the replay, feel free to watch it on fast forward to skip through some of these things. I am loading in my doors that I'm looking for. They're not loaded into the template right now, but I have a front door that I'm looking for, and I have a folder of families that I've downloaded from different websites that I will pull from. So if it's not saved from the template, I have an entire folder, let me pull it over here, of other families that I've saved. So One of the websites I use for windows and doors that I love and I rave about is Anderson Window. It's a manufacturing company based in the United States, I believe, and they just have really, really good door and window families. Very well made, just really good. So we have all these different things: bi-parting, pocket door, interior stacked door. I just really want like a nice double door front door. Modern, contemporary. Let's see. They're popping up here. Perfect. So these double doors we're just going to load in and we're going to place them. We're going to do our front entrance. Whenever I load something in, if it happens to be in the project already, I'm always just overriding it so that it's the most current version. I never know. Maybe I've downloaded a newer version of the model. I always override it. So here's our front door. Beautiful. I'm going to split this wall, so SL. And I'm going to just pull it back. And this is just going to absorb it automatically. Cleaned it up. Beautiful. And this is going to be our front entrance. We're going to have these weird harsh corners, of course, because this is a Christmas tree. I do want to do something cute at the top for like a star. I'm not 100% sure here. Okay, we have these pre-made shapes up here that Revit can sort of create for us. We could do a square, and then they have these hexagon shapes. So maybe this is how we create a star. That's cute, right? So what's the difference between these two tools? An inscribed polygon versus a circumscribed polygon. What is the difference? An inscribed polygon is... So what am I doing? Raul says, I am modeling a Christmas themed floor plan in Revit right now. So it's going to be Santa's Workshop as the program, and the floor plan is going to just be cute little Christmas tree. We have a Christmas trunk entrance, and we're sort of just scaling things to make it feel proportional off of that. So we're going to create some program and put that in here, but I just want to get the general shape of the floor plan laid out. And right now I'm in the wall tool. I'm just looking at what is going on. How we can create a star shaped or something similar very quickly. And they have these preset shapes up here when we activate the wall command. We were talking about inscribed polygons and circumscribed polygons. And what it says is an inscribed polygon is vertical specified distance from the center. Okay, cool. This one is a specified distance from the center. It's the same thing. Verticals are specified distance from the center. Yeah, I don't really know what the difference is. It's telling me they're the same thing, but it's fine. That one, it looks like it's giving me a flat top. I'm just, right now, this is obviously not a star. I'm just examining these two tools and seeing what they're giving me. So this one, when I activate it, automatically gives me the point, and this one from the top. So if this is our entryway, I fear this may need to be bigger. So I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to take a dimension. It is 40 feet. I think we'll be okay getting away with 40 feet. So let's add our star now that we know what these tools do. We loosely know what these tools do. So when I activate this, you can set the sides you want here, and you can sort of decide how that's going to look. Again, when I do the same, when I click on the other one. Maybe I should watch what these are doing, and I'll understand the difference between an inscribed and circumscribed polygon. It's looking the same to me, guys. I really don't know why they're different tools. I'm going to have to Google it. What's the difference between an inscribed polygon and circumscribed polygon? If I had to guess, when, I activate this, it's giving me that point. This is the direction it's automatically in. And when I click on this one and draw, that flat top is at the top. So I really think that's the only difference, but it's cool how Revit will just generate this shape for you like a square. And then you also can automatically create a circle as well. That's one of the options here for the tools. And then you have different radiuses we can create. And then there's the pick line tool. There's a bunch of them. You can go through them on your own. There's this ellipse tool. Just how to generate different shapes really quickly with these predetermined tools. And then there's also this pick line tool, which I've used in the past to take an AutoCAD floor plan and then just pick lines, and it'll create your entire floor plan very, very quickly. Especially if you're someone who likes to maybe start off conceptually in the program of AutoCAD and then import to Revit. Or if you have an old project that you are trying to rebuild in Revit that you've done in AutoCAD, that's a quick way to bring it in and then quickly click on things and bring them to life in real time, like with the walls by doing the wall click tool. So I think that this is cute for our star. We're going to have different levels here. I haven't decided if our tree should have some indents like a tree does, you know what I mean? How it gets smaller. We are gonna see. I am gonna trim this though, delete, so that it's open. This might be a really narrow pinch point. I can't really tell. It looks really narrow. I have nothing in the file yet to really scale to it, so I don't know if that's too tight to even get a person through. But I guess we'll find out. Probably if that's a door size. Probably. I'm looking to see if I want to stagger the elevation. I really just want to get the form of this, and then we'll start populating the inside with some Santa's Workshop and the program. But again, Santa's Workshop. And I feel like it could be a little weird to do a stagger. Okay, let me just do this outline real quick and see how it feels. Might look weird, guys. This is a trial and error design. It's not anything that was pre-planned. It's not anything that I tried to do before. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. And that's okay, because we are live designing this Christmas tree floor plan together. I do kind of like adding this element to it. It's going to make the facade on the outside a lot more interesting. Look at a lot more interesting if we do a Christmas tree shape more like that. So I think that's what we should do. We should make sure they're equal. We should make sure that they're equal. So we'll do 1, 4, 1, 4, and then what we'll do is we'll just mirror it on the other side. But I think it makes for a much more interesting exterior, especially. And then maybe we'll fit the program in the tiers here. We'll take a measurement from here to here as well. Let me check to see if these walls are the same angle. They are. Revit's really good about just sort of snapping and creating the same angle that you're looking for. So when I did create similar, it automatically kind of is showing me when I'm drawing that wall, when I'm perpendicular with it or it's matching, you'll notice that there's a blue line that pops up here. So I'm not matching it, and then the second I snap to it, that parallel line is showing up for my wall. And then that blue line right here is also showing up. So that's how we know that we're drawing a wall that is parallel, which is pretty cool. So let us take this. We're doing 1, 4, and then hello to everybody joining the live. We're making a Christmas tree floor plan in Revit. I hope you're having a good Christmas Eve if you're celebrating. Here over on the East Coast in the United States, it is still Christmas Eve. And we are just working through the exterior shape of our Santa's Workshop floor plan right now of our Christmas tree. We had sort of a loose shape of a Christmas tree. It was just a straight wall going up. And now we're adding some zags to it. We're giving it more of a life here. So I'm actually just going to copy this. So I do have it coming in right now. I think I want this to go up. Again, I'm just thinking about how I want this to be. All right. We're going to move this entire thing over here. The wall's going to overlap, whatever. It's fine. We'll delete that out. Oh no, I ruined my star. So I'm going to undo that because I did ruin my connection to my star at the top, and I don't want to do that. So I'm really just trying to figure out what I want to do for this stagger here. And I think that works. I do want these to be equal steps, and then I will just connect this here. I'm such an overthinker. I'm like literally overthinking this. Like it has to be some perfect masterpiece, and it's not. It's just a fun little exercise to do on Christmas. I think architecture and design people really struggle with perfectionism, and it holds us back from just doing things and creating. Like, it's not that serious, bro. It's not that serious. It's not that serious, and I need to get over it, okay? It's not that serious. To me, to you, to everyone, just create. Alright. So, right at an angle, we're offset, right at an angle, we're offset, right at an angle, we're offset. Beautiful. Let's take this and let's mirror it. This is how I'm going to create some weird shaped spaces and rooms, okay? I just want to place a door here because I'm trying to get a sense of scale. It might be that we need to make this bigger before we mirror it. So interior 2x6, 6x8, that's standard here in America. And I do believe that's pretty good. Pretty good size. So let's take this shape and let's mirror it now that we're happy with it. And let's start building out Santa's Workshop on the inside. So I'm going to activate the mirror tool, mirror it on the center here. I'm also going to trim this up. So this is our entryway. I'm going to get rid of some of these dimensions because I was just using that to make sure things were equal. Again, I'm just using this line down the center to quickly copy things and make sure that we're keeping this symmetrical. So I already know I want to do windows up here. I need to make sure this is big enough. It doesn't appear to be big enough. Let's draw a little line. 2 feet. It's a little bit of a pinch point. Little bit of a pinch point. So what we're going to do is I think I need to make it come down a little bit. So let's take these and I'm just going to move them down so this opening gets wider. And I'm going to use this design line to sort of just see real quick how big it is. 3.5. Great. This is just going to be a little spot for Santa Claus to just rest. It's going to be open. This spot up here, maybe it'll be the kitchen or something. Let's see. Let's start programming out our little Christmas tree house. So we have the front entryway. We have some rooms over here. We could make this a bedroom. We'll just do text. We won't do room text. We'll do Santa's bedroom. And we'll put Rudolph's bedroom over here. I don't know how to spell Rudolph. My phone is yelling at me, telling me we're at 20%. So hopefully we're still live streaming because I just had to exit out of the 20% thing. But Rudolph, I don't know how to spell Rudolph. We're going to pretend that I know how to spell Rudolph and that that's correct, even though it's probably not. Rudolph. Can we spell check Rudolph? Chat. Let's spell check Rudolph. We can do it right here. Rudolph. Oh, R-U-D-O-L-F. Thank you. Thank you, Revit. Spell check. Rudolph's bedroom and Santa's bedroom. Beautiful. Now up here, we're going to create a little bathroom. Let's use these levels to break apart our spaces. And the main tree trunk will be the main hallway centerpiece here. I do feel like we could maybe take this in. I know this door is pretty wide, but I feel like if we make it tighter, I don't know, I feel like the trunk of the tree is feeling a little wide. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we should make this a single width door and make the trunk a little bit narrower? Or do you think that it is like a good to have this sort of grander entrance here? I haven't decided. We'll come back to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to align these walls to the edge of this wall. Oops. And then I'm going to activate the align tool again and make sure these ones are aligned there. So this is what we have currently. Let's do a little save break. Let's take a little hot chocolate sip. My hot chocolate is cold and all the chocolate is at the bottom of it. So I'm mixing that up. Maybe the hallway gets narrower as we come into the space. Like maybe this is the main entry and then we jog it. Or maybe it gets narrow up here. But then what is this space, right? That's kind of awkward. So we definitely need a bathroom. There's some open space here. I think if we were to make it any narrower, this walkway, it would be way too much. I do also think I need to bring it in to 3 foot here. So we'll make it a pinch point. We'll do 1'6", 1'6". Overall here will be 3 feet. It's a bit much. Maybe we'll do 2 feet, and we'll have it be a 4-foot walk corridor. This is how you access the bedrooms. Rudolph and Santa. Let's throw some beds in there. So I'm going to just activate my components. And these are all, I have so many loaded in. Look at them all. These are just decades of different families I've gotten from different firms I've worked at. Different BIM objects, Revit City things I've downloaded, and just really just collected them over time. So I'm going to search for a bed. And I'm going to put a queen size bed in Santa's room for him and Mrs. Claus. And then let's put a twin size bed in Rudolph's room. So cute. We'll do it over here. Perfect. And we'll do that as well. And we're not worried about closets. They don't have closets right now. Okay? Maybe we'll do, we'll extend this up. How about we'll do this? We'll extend it up. We'll put the doors over here, so we can have some closets. We'll jog this out so we get the shape of the tree on the inside just a little bit. We'll put it perpendicular. Parallel. I don't really like the way the swing doors look. Let's do some pocket doors, because everything is at a weird little angle. Because we're doing a Christmas tree, I think pocket doors are going to look the best in the floor plan. Doors are going to look weird at weird angles. So we're going to do that. I think it looks way better already with the pocket doors in this plan. We'll make closets on these. Just want to make sure we at least have 2 feet. Again, trying to be as a little bit realistic here in our fantasy Christmas land that we're in. So Santa's bedroom, Rudolph's bedroom, and then we have some closets. Let's do a double pocket door. And we have a bifold door. Again, that's going to look real weird because it's on the angle. I actually think I want to move these down here. You don't want to enter in on this pinch point. That's really weird. Maybe I'll actually move this over. No, because we need to be able to access it. Yeah, these angles are just a little weird, just a little funky, just a little weird and funky. But we're just doing it for the fun of it. So let's do a double door, double pocket door. We have bifolds, double acting, double pocket. It's really big. Okay, guess we'll just do a single pocket door for now. It's fine. Just gonna mirror this to the other side. I just did real quick on the keyboard to get that on the other side. So, gonna delete that. Gonna move that up here. I do need to rotate Santa's bed to be here though, because we're at a pinch point right there. And Rudolph's can stay, but I think I want them to be in the same orientation because it's so symmetrical, you know, so symmetrical. Got to keep the symmetry. And we'll put some high up transom windows here so that no one coming into the house can see them. But there we go. Nice grand entryway. Got this little vestibule space. Let's split this so that we just have these wing walls. Oh, actually, let's put a cased opening here. Let's make it like a nice cased opening. Let's make it archway. So for some reason, my cased opening, my archway opening, it's not cased, is a component and not like a door. Some people have doors for their arched openings. Mine is a component. So I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to make sure the center is centering. It automatically did. really does a great job of like just snapping to the center. So beautiful. You're gonna walk in, you're gonna come down here, it's gonna be this wide hallway, and we're gonna pinch point that hallway here. We're gonna have a bathroom, and maybe this is like just a pantry for the kitchen. You know, where are we gonna put a kitchen in Santa's workshop? Maybe this isn't Santa's workshop. Maybe we're gonna change the program here. It's gonna be Santa's house because we don't have space for a workshop. His resting area will be up here. This is the bathroom. So let's add some bathroom pieces. We are nearing the end of this. I'm just going to throw in some windows. And honestly, I'm not really concerned about what it looks on the outside. I more just wanted to do this as a floor plan. So if I'm being real honest, I just wanted to do the floor plan and not really focus on the exterior. I feel like I mostly enjoy focusing on the exterior, especially when we do Model with Mel's and I'm designing house plans with you guys live. I really focus on the exterior of those projects heavy, so I think it's fun that this one is more of a interior floor plan focus. So we'll do that, and then I'm just going to draw in design lines because I don't have like a shower block that's going to fit this shape. I just have square shower blocks, but I'm going to put it like at an angle here and just call it the shower. So I'm going to draw in just a little shower lip, shower wall there, and then just some directional arrows for the little drains so you kind of can tell that it's in a shower. What I can do is I can create a little curtain wall, a frameless one, and put that there. 1-inch frameless, and just put it there. Perfect. Make sure that this is like 2 feet, 2'8". It's a little bit big. Let's make it 2'6". Perfect. We'll bring this out so it hits the corner. We'll just wrap this so it's an enclosure. And then we have a custom shower. Alright, again, you don't need a block for everything or a family for everything in Revit. You can just do things in 2D, or you can be creative and use walls and floors and the elements that are in Revit as tools to create other elements. And I definitely teach that in my course. I teach everybody how to do and think outside the box with these Revit things, because a wall doesn't just have to be a wall. A wall can be many things. You can use it for many different things. So let's just put this shower door on here. I'm just going to tab after I just place those mullions, and I'm going to unpin this panel. Basically, I selected it, it brings it up here, and then I can just drop down and I can do a door. And perfect. I just want to make sure this is like 1'6", and that's fine. We'll probably do 2 feet. 1'6" is a bit weak, but that's good. I'm going to flip the door there so it opens up towards the wall. Again, I'm just hitting tab to select those things. I'm going to bring it closer to the wall itself. We're going to put a pocket door up here to get into the bathroom. And we just need a sink. And we have our bathroom. So, put the text here, bath. And now we're gonna have a living room and kitchen area. So, let's see. This is the smallest point because it's the top of the tree. So I'm trying to see if maybe we need to make this a little bit bigger, pull it out to the side. I'm gonna select everything and I'm gonna move it out 2 feet. All right. Yep, it's just gonna have a little arrow at the top. We're gonna have to make this bigger. And then I'm going to take this and do the same thing. And I'm going to move it out 2 feet. So now we have a little bit more room. The bedrooms are a little bit bigger for the beds. We could probably even rotate this back. And now that pinch point isn't a problem. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the base of the tree bigger before, but as we got to the top and the program we have left, like a kitchen and living area, we just want to have a little bit more space there. So it makes sense to make it bigger, and it does work out better down here in the bedrooms anyways. So let's take a look. Let's go back in and figure out if we're going to do, how we're going to do this. Oops, that was in 1-inch walls. I gotta create somewhere out of this wall. Again, just checking the distance here. 4 feet, perfect. Perfect. It is rather large in proportion to the rest of the building. So maybe I do need to scale this down. It's a top heavy star, if I do say so myself, so I'm going to delete that and do a smaller one. I want you to be able to use this space though. It's just hard because we're at like a pinch point. Okay, let's move that up. Maybe we could just extend that up here. Let's just draw what we want this to be. So we want this to be at least 3 feet. Instagram, my phone is dying. It's on 10%, so I have to be a little bit careful here because it could just shut off. But we are live streaming to YouTube. The whole thing will be on YouTube. The replay will be on YouTube if you want to follow along. And we will be on YouTube if we die on my phone, because my phone was not as charged as it should have been when I started streaming. That's okay. So we have the 3 foot width here, so now we know kind of like where this needs to be. I do think that's a better proportion, the star, to our overall floor plan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this up now. Now I'm like, okay, I gotta rapid fire make decisions, because if my phone's gonna die, I'm gonna want as much of this on the live stream on Instagram as possible. So now we're really, this kicked me up into gear. Rapid fire decisions. We're saving. All right, let's throw in some kitchen counters. What we're probably gonna actually have to do is draw them in, because there's no kitchen counter that is gonna be at this angle. So I'm gonna do a design line. I'm going to bring it 2'1" off here, draw it out, bring it 2'1" off here, perpendicular. Again, it's going to be a little weird, a little awkward. We'll trim it up here. And again, it's gonna get narrow. Let's see, we'll just put a cooktop. Oh, it's so big. Why is it so big? We'll do a small one. A little baby small one. Oh, it's supposed to be 2'1". Do the kitchen. We'll add some windows, hopefully. One thing I do want to do is I want to show you how to change the graphics of the floor plan. I want to make it look a little cute, a little festive. Maybe we'll do that now. Kind of jumping all over the place, because now I'm like, my phone's going to die, and we really need to just get it done. Get her done. Maybe we'll make this a little office space, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe they want a pantry and washer dryer. So we'll put it on the other side. Yeah, I think that works. That works, right? That works. Let's draw the axis, because I deleted my mirror point, which was not good because I needed that. I feel like this is like night before the crit energy right now. Like, we got to get it done before the timer's up, before the phone dies. Those are the vibes I'm giving myself right now. Okay, we'll put the door to the pantry here. We'll copy this over. We'll call it pantry / laundry. I think we'll make this like a little laundry room too. All right. I think I'll put the laundry over here. So let's do a washer, dryer next to each other. I'll just do them as the same family. There we go. We'll do create similar for the line. We'll just try on a little shelf here. We'll just do a little 1-foot shelf. You can use it for like cans, Tupperware, towel storage. You know, you get the gist. Santa's house. All right. We're doing great. We're doing great. And then this will be kitchen / living. You know, Santa's out here on a budget, not living in anything super spectacular here. This kitchen living area is pretty lackluster for Santa Claus. Okay, this isn't a grand mansion for Santa. He's very lives within his means. Lives within his means. So let's get a chair. Let's get some chairs. Nice comfy chair. This is like the classic Revit chair. And we're just gonna put it there at the top. It's gonna be Santa's little like book nook. That's cute, right? I love books. Book nook. Santa's book nook. Oh my god. So cute. Let's pop some windows in this bad boy. Pop some windows. Let's get some windows up here in Santa's book nook. They can't afford a dining room, but they can afford a book nook. You know what I'm saying? Santa's elves need to work a little harder if they're going to have some more space. This is a little book nook. Beautiful. Should probably add some more windows. Window over here. We'll put a window symmetrical on the other side just to keep the symmetry of it all. And let's create some double hung windows. We'll do a triple in the front of the house. Make it really extravagant in the front. I'm not even really going to look at the exterior. The exterior, we're going to get to it at the end. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to be like, wow, really thought out. It's not going to be thought out at all. That's okay. Like I said, we're just focused on the interior. This is an interior little fun exercise. We're not focused on the exterior. But I just love exteriors. I just love focusing on the exteriors, which is why I always do them in Model with Mel's when I'm doing my residentials. I love building out the exterior. Emily is my partner. She's not my partner. She's my best friend. She's my partner in our design business, our residential design business. And she loves a good floor plan. She loves designing floor plans all day long. And I'm like, perfect. Lay out the floor plan for me, babe, because I want the exterior to be designed and developed by me. I love designing and developing the exterior, the big picture, the massing, how everything feels, how it's going to look, the materials, the texture, everything about the exterior. And she is all about the interior, so it's a really good balance. And it just works out so well. But again, surprisingly today we're focused on the interior floor plan of it all and not the exterior floor plan of it all. So when I do zoom out, I'm going to be like, wow, yep, really thought out. Just going to do that. We have closets, windows. We'll do a triple window up here. We got our book nook. We got our kitchen and living. I'm going to delete this because I think we're ready for a couch. Sofa. Something. I need something. Oh, we really left ourselves no room. No room. And it's such a weird shape, and it's the narrowest part of the Christmas tree. Really, we said, Santa, you can't afford a kitchen. You can't afford a living room. You need to bring the elves and put them to work. Do I need to extend it more? We're running out of time. We're not running out of phone juice, but do I need to extend it more? I think I do. We're just going to do it. We're not even going to think about it. We're going to do 2 more feet. These rooms are just getting bigger and bigger, but it's fine. It's fine. I want this whole area at the top, because it's smaller, to be one living space like we're doing. That's why I'm not putting them at the bottom. But I need it to be a little bit bigger at the top. So quickly, we're moving this out 2 feet, and I think that's going to give us a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. What is this at? Okay, we want this to be more down here. I am going to recreate that. I know. I've had to do it like 6 times. It's part of the process. It's part of the creative process. 3 feet. All the way up there. Let's do the walls. How's that look? We can go a little bit bigger now that we've made it bigger. I think that's good. Beautiful. Trim it up. I don't think it was centered. I don't think it was centered because I deleted my center line. I keep deleting it and I need it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we gotta make sure we're centered. Okay. Beautiful. Centered. Perfect. A masterpiece. Perfect. I'm gonna leave that for now because every time I delete it, I need it again. Perfect. Now the couch fits here. It's a little awkward, but I actually think this couch should be at an angle here. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. How do we do a living room in this weird space? How do we do it? How do we do it? I'm going to bring this back. Bring this over. Yeah, I think it's going to be at the bottom. I don't see any other solution. I don't see any other solution. I'm going to put this back. And yeah. Maybe we'll do a double and then we'll have a TV on the wall. How's that work? That works. Double TV at the wall. Should we put the TV here? Yeah, we'll put the chair here. Kitchen living. We'll put this here. We got a smaller one, a little love seat. It's all we could manage. We'll do 2 double hungs here. And then we'll put a TV on this wall. I got a TV loaded in. It's fancy, huh? I don't even know. I don't even know half the families that are loaded in here, honestly. Stand. I need a TV stand. TV stand. We're going really fast because my phone's gonna die. I don't have a table for a TV loaded in. And I honestly don't have time to find one. So we're just gonna go real quick here. We'll do a circle table for dining at the top. Oh, wait a second. Santa's Book Nook is no longer. That makes more sense, right? For the star. Perfect. Perfection. We need it to be in the center. And it is in the center. Perfect. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Let's add in some windows real quick. Again, I need my phone to not die, so that I can save the live stream. So what we're going to do, because my phone is on 3%, is we're live streaming to YouTube still. The entire replay will be on YouTube. Everything you want to follow along and do this on your own as a fun little exercise, it's on YouTube. All right, everyone, my phone is going to die. I want to save this to Instagram. We are going to have the full thing and the full version all on all on YouTube. So thank you for spending Christmas Eve with me doing this cute little model with Mel. I hope when you watch the replay out of this, you're drinking your hot cocoa as well and wearing your Christmas pajamas. I will talk to you guys next week for a next week's model with Mel. This is like a reintroduction to the series. I thought it would be fun to do the Christmas special and just kick off the weekly series again. So Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be here on YouTube, streaming live, doing fun residential projects, bringing them to life in Revit together, and just yapping about life, yapping about design, working through designs together, see the chaoticness of the process, and yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good holiday. And we're still live on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Fast forward through this if you'd like, if you're watching the replay. I need to just square this away, and we're going to get right back into this. I'm going to show you guys. I'm actually going to change the color of the walls to make it a little bit more festive. And then we're pretty much going to be done. So if you've made it this far, awesome. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here. Model with Mel. Holiday special. I'm really excited to get back into these weekly lives. I think that I have just had so much going on in terms of my part-time job that I work, and freelance projects have been crazy, and I just realized that I don't feel lit up doing freelance work anymore. So why am I going to keep doing it if it doesn't feel like a hell yes? You know, like I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, if it doesn't feel so good, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I am really excited to just be able to put all of my creative time, energy, and effort into creating Revit plans, creating Revit houses, teaching you guys, mentoring you guys, and just doing the things that I really do enjoy doing. So, all right. I got the live stream squared away. My phone's on 3%. It's going to die, but we're still here on YouTube. All right. I'm going to show you guys how to change the color of these walls, and we're just going to wrap up the project. I think this was so fun. I think the dining room looks super cute up there. I'm going to bring this back. The couch right here. I'm going to draw in detail lines, just a little cabinet or TV stand. We'll make it match the depth of the countertop. We just need to add a fridge. I think fridge and stove, maybe a sink. I want to make sure that the kitchen is at least an actual kitchen. I'm going to do a small refrigerator. It's a big one. Okay. And again, you can just go to Revit City or BIM Object and get families if you don't have families like this. This took me a while to build out a template that just has all these families loaded into it. I didn't just have it, you know, I had to build it with each project. I would go and look for things, and over time I developed a template that had everything I would need in it, mostly because it's the same stuff you're using over and over again, especially if you're doing one type of project like residential. You're just going to use the same types of families over and over again. So kitchen and living, dining up here. I think we can finally get rid of this line. I'm going to move this a little closer. Oof, feels weird. It's okay. It's okay. And what we're going to do now is delete this, make this the entry. just gonna label the closets really quick. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the color of the walls so that they are Christmas themed. We're gonna make them green. So I'm gonna click on the wall. We're gonna go into edit type, and it popped up on my other screen, so let me just grab it. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go edit. We're gonna go into wood stud. So how I have my wall set up right now is in the material of the center material of the wall. I've assigned it wood stud, and that material itself is set to be gray when it's cut through. So that is how I have it set up. So wherever this material shows up, it's set up that way. So when it's cut through, it's looking like this. But basically, there's a couple different ways you can get it to look this way. I just like doing it this way because it's material based and not view based. So if I update the material anywhere, this is what it's going to look like when it's cut through. If I were to do it view based, I'd have to change the way it looks when it's being cut through in every view. And I'm going to show you how to do that after, but I'm just going to change it here first. So let's just go in. It's already set to solid fill. And let's just pick a nice green. Beautiful. If I wanted to do that a different way, I could bring up my visibility graphics, and I do have a view template thrown on the floor plan, so let me just take that off. Whenever it's grayed out, it's because a view template is locking everything. I remember in the beginning when I first started using Revit, I was like, why can't I change anything when I hit visibility graphics? Because you have a view template on it. So you just got to remove it. And then when you do visibility graphics, it'll ungray everything. Okay, so you could go down to walls, and you could change the visibility graphics here. Cut through, pattern, you could pick override the graphic, solid, and we'll just put it back to black for instance, just to show you the example of how it works. Great, but if we go to a different floor plan, it didn't carry over that change because it's just changing the visibility graphics in this view. It's view dependent. So that's the way you could do it, but it's just view dependent. Understand how it works and why it works. The green is assigned when we switch floor plans. The green is assigned to the material. So it's going to show up when that material is cut through, no matter where it is. In a section, in a floor plan, in as many floor plans as you duplicate it. And that's really what you want. If you want your walls to always look green when they're being cut through, right? If you're doing a special diagram and you're like, oh, I actually want my walls to be black being cut through, and it's only for this one instance, this one drawing, then it makes sense to do the visibility graphics and change it here. But if it's something that you want to show up universally whenever it's being cut through, you're going to want to change it specifically and have it set up in the material, like I showed you in the beginning. All right, so that's just the difference of it. And I will undo it because I want my walls to be green. What we can do is we can actually place a floor and make it like a light green, so it's like a light green background, and everything else will be white and stand out. I think that'll be a cute way to finish it and make it like a cute little graphic. So let's just draw a floor in. I'm gonna do it could just be a concrete slab, a generic, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do pick points, and I'm just gonna hit tab. I probably should have had my thick line setting on when we were on Instagram Live so that people could see the lines I was selecting better, but it's alright. Hey Josh. Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting floor plan. We're going for the Christmas theme here, and we're seeing how it worked. Definitely worked into something. I'm just quickly picking these lines. I'm going to trim them up in a second. I'm only going to do that side because then I'm actually going to copy them. So I'm just going to trim these up. And then I'm going to copy it over, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually change the color of our floor to be green so that everything just graphically is a little bit more pleasing to look at. It's more cartoonish. Just going with the vibe of fantasy, Christmassy, graphic-y, all those things. So I just have that selected. Oh, I didn't do a straight mirror. again, I deleted my symmetry line, and I could have used it for the 1000th time during this live stream. Maybe I should have kept my symmetry line. Alright, so that's the floor plan, that's the floor. You can't even see it yet. So let me go in, filter. Just want to make sure I have just the floor selected. So my thing popped up on the other window. I will just quickly filter, make sure I just have the floor selected. Let's go into edit type. Let's go into the material. Right now there's no material assigned to it. I'm just going to pick a random one. Whenever I create custom materials, I usually do a dash something. So I'm just going to hopefully bring up mine. I don't know why it's not searching. Okay. It's not searching, but it's okay. I'm just going to go to the top. We'll go to the flooring one, and let's just pick a nice... This is the green we picked for the walls, and I want the floor to be lighter. Actually, I want it to be the same, but I want the opacity of it to be less. Maybe... Well, this just makes it brighter. Maybe we'll just go down. I feel like if I just change the opacity, it will be... Yes, it's technically being see-through, but just kind of toning the color down without lightening the color. That's what I really want to do. I want to tone it down without lightening it. So let's affect the transparency. Let's put it at 50. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, the search bars misbehave. I'm just trying to search for my materials. Typically, I don't have a problem, and that's the reason I label my materials in this A fashion that you're seeing, because I want to be able to quickly search for the materials I have, not the materials that have just been loaded in based on the families that you download and bring in. But yeah, it's okay. The search bar, when I'm searching for families sometimes, I'll search for things and it misbehaves, which is kind of annoying, but everything has its flaws. We know Revit has flaws. People assume just because I love Revit that I don't recognize its flaws, and that's not true. It's not true. So the floor didn't look, I need to look at the settings. So the shading, yeah, the shading is set to this. I need to do surface pattern. So surface pattern, solid fill, we'll go here. And we're going to look at that. Let's see. Perfect. Kind of. We need to change the color. But it's showing up the way I would like. We'll go to structure, we'll go to flooring. And I want it to be lighter, but that's like neon. Okay, well, if we bring it down, it's not as neon and it's light. This is the original color. I like that I can see that. And something soft. Okay. Hope this looks good. That looks good. Cute. Cutie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my visibility graphics, and I know just from like how my template is set up that the furniture is set to be really light. In this case, I'm going to actually turn off the halftone and make everything stand out normally. Because, yeah, we can make the shower. This is a massive shower. What we'll do, actually, I didn't realize I forgot to fix the shower as we were making the walls bigger. I'm just going to adjust this and make this a bigger sink. bit weird that this door isn't showing up with the floor being dark. It's definitely interesting to me. And because these aren't countertops, these were drawn in lines, they're not showing up as white. So something we can do to solve that. I'm not sure why this door isn't showing up. I've literally never had that problem, but I've also never had a green floor before. So who knows why it's not showing up. Something I'm going to just try real quick is this tool called Lineworks, and it's kind of a workaround tool. You can override the way your lines are showing up in the view. I don't know why that worked, but again, it's one of those weird workaround fail-safe things that if anything is ever not showing up the way you want it to, you can override it by doing this. And it's only view dependent. I'm going to make it thicker. I'm going to make it 4 just so it really shows up, but I don't know why it wasn't showing up before. Because all my doors are definitely set to show up. So I'm just going to adjust these beds back there. Perfect. And what we're going to do to actually fake this is we're going to use a filled region. And a filled region is kind of like a hatch in AutoCAD, if you're familiar with that. We're going to do white opaque, which means it's not going to be see-through. And I'm just going to outline where my countertops are, because I just drew them in design lines. They actually don't show up as white objects like all of the 3D elements do. And when we colored the floor, you can see what happened, right? You can see through anything that's not actually a 3D object straight through to the color of the floor, and it gives away that it's not 3D. So I'm going to go around the stove just because using the opaque filled region, so you're not going to be able to see through it. And I don't need these design lines anymore now that I have the filled region, because you can assign the lines, boundary lines, to a line weight. I'm actually just going to set them all to be 3. Perfect. I want this to be darker, so I'm just going to go to visibility graphics real quick. Specialty equipment, I believe it is. And we're going to make it darker. I don't know. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And then we're going to get rid of these design lines, detail lines, because we don't need those anymore. And let's move the fridge over just a little bit, Okay, and then this really should be white too. I don't know. Oh, it's just a 2D unit. Okay. And we also can't see the sink. So what we're going to want to do is draw around the sink real quick. Pick. And then I'm going to adjust it. So it's probably not going to match at all, honestly. And then I'm going to adjust it once I have these lines. But then you can see that, okay. So, real quick workaround. Again, I would never have a colored floor plan. This is just like a graphic quirk we're doing for the holiday theme of this exercise. So how am I going to solve this? I'm going to see if the Lineworks tool will bring it forward. It doesn't. I'm going to just use detail lines to bring it forward. Pick detail lines and tab, and when you tab, it'll select a chain of things that come up, and it will quickly pick lines, will quickly allow you to just select those shapes. So that's what I'm doing right now to quickly do that. I'm also going to do it here. I'm going to get rid of the break so that our stove actually has a white background again, because this is a 2D stovetop. And the sink as well is 2D. Or, sorry, no. It's not that it's 2D. It's that there's no counter behind it in 3D. And I can't do one that connects nice like this at this weird tree angle we're doing. So I'm just going to draw these in. Again, like, these are the workarounds I'm doing for a specific reason. So if you're ever maybe doing a school project and you want your graphics to look like this and you're having this problem, this is the way to solve it. Again, just tabbing to try and find those lines, and that's good enough. That's good enough. I think I want to make sure the door swings I think are fine. We're not swinging any of these, so we're good. Well, I think that's done. So cute. So cute. Let's look at it in 3D. All my walls are crazy. All my windows are not flipped in the right direction. So let's just clean up the exterior. I know I said we weren't going to worry about the exterior, but it'll be real quick. We'll just flip our windows. We'll paint our walls. Make sure our walls are flipped. Actually, you just have to hit the space bar, and it flips the wall. So the exterior is obviously supposed to have this vertical siding, and the interior is just default set to white. So I'm literally just selecting and hitting the space bar to flip these walls. And I'm just going to paint the walls on the inside all white real quick. But you'll see how the surface area in 3D is that opaque green that we set the material to be. Like, you can see through it. And we did that when we adjusted the surface area of the material, and then we looked at it and it wasn't, or the shading, I don't know why. When it's in 3D, that's material that you're seeing, the shading of it. So just real quick, so you know what I'm talking about. This shading category, picked this color and then adjusted the transparency, and that's what we're seeing in 3D. The surface pattern is what we were seeing in 2D. I don't know why they label it shading, but you can see it says use render appearance, so it's referring to like what it's going to look like when you see it in 3D. And that's what we're seeing. So I'm just going to leave it. We're not going to take a 3D view, really, but maybe we will. Why not? I guess I'll just do a space bar to flip the windows as well. Flipping the space bar to flip the windows, flip the door, flip the window, flip the wall, flip the wall, flip the wall. So I think all the walls are flipped now. And then the walls on the inside, I can just paint. Let me flip the door. Okay, flip this. Flip this window. Flip this window so that the trim on the outside is black. So these ones look to have casement around them, like trim on the exterior, and these ones are not set to have trim, so let's just turn that on so that's consistent. We'll do number 2. These windows, again, these window families are the best ones. Andersen windows, you gotta download them. You can just type in their preset exterior trim numbers, and boom, boom, instant. Remember when I figured out that you could do that with these windows, and I almost cried because before that I was modeling them with the Model in Place tool, and now you can simply type in the number 2. You have options, and it updates all of them. Talk about life-changing, being able to do that. I want this door to be black to match my windows. Let's see if typing in works. Black. A. Alright, we're just going to go through change this. We're gonna add a quick roof. We're gonna make sure we're an enclosed object. Okay, let's see. That changed everything. And then I want it to change to black. Great. I want the grills to be black too. Grill and the frame. Oh yeah, the frame should probably be black too. The roof on this thing is gonna be crazy. I love that Revit will just generate roofs for you. So simple. So effortless. Okay. Perfect. You definitely wouldn't know from the size of the Christmas tree. It's okay. Again, we're not worried about the exterior. We're not worried about the exterior. So cute. Alright. We'll do the roof. Let's turn the underlay on so we can see below us. And let's just draw the roof. Pick lines. I'm going to tab to hopefully select the entire outside walls. And let's just see what type of roof we can generate. What I'm going to do is pick these lines and clean it up just like I did with the floor. And I'm going to mirror it once I do that. Once I get this, I'm actually going to offset it because a roof is always offset like 1 foot at least minimum. The eaves of it all the way around, so we're going to do that quickly. We're just trimming this up. Okay. And we're going to mirror that. I'm going to adjust it so that it's actually the center or aligned with where it needs to be. Okay. Now that I have that, I can pick up on the chain of lines and I'm going to offset them. So I'm going to do offset. I'm going to set it up here to 1 foot and I'm going to tab so I'm offsetting the entire thing. I'm going to tab again to select this and delete the entire inner one. And right now everything is set to a slope. I know that these ones definitely don't need to be, but I'm going to work backwards here. So I want to show you what it's going to look like with all of these lines assigned a slope. This triangle right here, when I click on it, highlights blue and it's going to tell me what slope it is. So that's how I would change it in the command. I'm going to check this off and we're just going to work backwards. I'm not going to attach the walls just for like the sake of this. So let's go to here. That actually is really cool. I actually really like that. This is with every surface, every line assigned a slope. So this was assigned a slope. This small line right here was assigned a slope. And this is what it generated, which it's pretty cool. Like, it actually makes it look so much like a tree. Now that the roof is done, like, I'm actually like blown away by that roof. I'm speechless. I don't even have anything to say. Like, no notes. No notes. That is so... I couldn't have asked for a better roof. Like, I literally am speechless. Okay, we're keeping this roof no matter what. We're going back to this one. For the sake of the exercise, though, I am curious to see what would happen if I remove the slope from these surfaces. So we just removed these from having slopes. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about roofs to really understand fully why it does that, why it's different like that. Look, it's not even like, let's go back. Yeah. So it is really not working even close to the level of accuracy that it was working when we have those checked off as slopes. It's not giving us really the corner turn here underneath, and it's just because it's solely assigning those lines slopes and not these ones, so they're not sloping up at all. And when they do, like when we undo it, it's bringing this surface, see how it's sloping in both directions, and when we do it without, it's just this slopes straight up, and when we do it there, it's sloping back, and it's giving this a shape instead of just a straight up peak or gable like you would see. So that's a really interesting experiment to do and to see and to play around with that and understand why that's happening. Right? So if you were doing just a normal gable, that's something you would do. But where this is like an entire roof for a house, we do want the slope here because not only does it look better, but it's actually creating like that closed surface in that direction. And honestly, like, it looks sick. Like, it looks super cool. It makes it look like a Christmas tree 3D even more. Like, beyond my wildest dreams. Looks so good. It looks so cute. But yeah, super interesting to see what happens. Oh, this is the roof plan. That's cute. Well, it's the top plate level, but that's cute. Honestly, this graphics looks cuter than this one. Why? Why does it look cuter than that one? That's so cute. What does it do if we turn off the underlay? It's cute. I'm obsessed. Wow. But yeah, if you are confused about how roofs work and you want to understand them better, playing around in Revit will get you there. It's really cool to see how just changing these from undefined slope changes how that reacts. It goes straight up instead of angling it back towards a hip. So that's the difference. Like when you're assigning slopes to two sides, it's a gable roof, and when you're assigning it to all four sides, it creates what is called a hip roof, and it's sloping up in all four directions. And that's what we're seeing here. They're all sloping up to the same direction, and that's why it's creating this staggered effect over this one, which is just creating a straight up effect. So that's really cool. These look amazing. I can't wait to take a little screen grab of this. The roof, I'm like astonished that the roof looks so much like a Christmas tree, like with the layers in the 3D. It's so much better than I could have imagined or planned for. And that's exciting. I think I just want to lighten this. Do I want to lighten it? I'm going to lighten the floor just a little bit. Want to feel complete here. So let's lighten it a little bit more. Want to feel like there's a bigger contrast. Good. Alright, and then this is the top plate view, so just so you understand, I had elevations set up, I deleted them, but in elevation, I deleted the elevations, so you can't see them. Let me just create one. Okay. Have levels, and the level markers create our floor plan views, basically. So the top plate is the level that the roof sits on, but it's not a roof view, which is why when we go to the top plate, we're seeing it cut through the roof, because it's not a level that's taken at the top. If I were to go to the top plate view and I were to offset the level here, the view range, we could set it so that it's taking from like 8 feet above, and then it would give us a roof plane, or we could just go to the elevation and create similar and create a roof plan here, which I'm actually going to do because I do want to take some screen grabs of the roof view. Okay, this is just loosey-goosey over here, but we'll go to roof. And sometimes you need to adjust the view range, view depth, and there we go. So I just did that super quick, but just adjusted the view depth, and now I can see everything. I'm gonna hide the doors, and that's our roof. Like, how cool is that? Like, the roof, I'm so happy that I chose to do the roof, because I almost didn't. It's like, we don't need a roof. We're not really focused on the exterior. The roof makes it. Chef's kiss. This was so fun. I'm so happy that I did this with you guys. This was such a cute way to spend Christmas Eve. I was distracted by the beauty. I'm gonna see what it looks like shaded. Oh, shaded is so cute. I don't even think it needs to be green. Do you think the roof needs to be green? Should we do it green? I'm such a modern girly. I'm like, oh, black and white, cute aesthetic. Black and white, the aesthetic is cute. I feel like the floor plan being green is like enough of a vibe that the 3D being more black and white, modern works. The top plate view, it's pretty cool how it's cutting through like that, and you're getting an even more like simplified version, close-up version, like a version of the tree. I kind of like that this is just black and white as well. And then the roof, I like it. I just like it shaded. I don't even think it needs to be green. Like, I think it works like this on a aesthetic level. Turning shadows on. And just seeing what it looks like with different views. Okay, well, there's no shadows on. Okay, now they're on. It's not really doing us any favors to make the graphic look cooler. I think shaded looks the best. And so that is what we'll do. Shaded roof. I'm going to export these. I'm going to post them. They're so cute. I'm so happy. We got our cute little graphic in color. We got our cute little modern 3D. We got our cute little top plate cut. I just like this, the way it looks, the way it's like kind of cinching everything up. I don't know, it kind of looks like a cookie cutter almost. I don't know how to describe this feeling it's giving me, this graphic, but it's cute. And then the roof. Do we make the roof here green? If we make it green, and we only want it to be green here, this is a good exercise. What do we do? Right? We went over this before when we were talking about the floor. So if I want it to be gray here, because we're going for like a little modern-ish look here, and we want it to be green here, we're going to go to visibility graphics, and we're going to change it in the view, and not in the material, not anywhere else, just in the view. So I'm going to go to the roof, and after this, we'll be done. You can place them on sheets yourself. This was such a long live stream. If you've gone through this whole exercise, tag me on Instagram with your version. Maybe you do a different floor plan layout on the inside and you keep the shell of the Christmas tree, but you do something different on the inside. I'd love to see it. That's a good idea. You could do so everybody does something a little different. Or you could just copy it in its entirety as an exercise, as a practice. So let's go to roofs. Let's go to cut. Let's go to patterns. We're going to make it visible. I just unchecked that by accident. Let's go to solid. When we're in the home stretch. Pick that color. Oops, I know it didn't work because it's cut, not projection. So I just over the cut. I'm just going to clear that. Projection surface pattern. That's what we want to change. So solid fill and cut. Oh, so it looks a little weird in shaded. The color itself. Consistent color. Yeah. So shaded is definitely the move. And I guess the green looks okay. I want it to tie back to this green. So I'll leave it. It's cute. This is our roof view. Shaded. Our top plate view. More like modern graphic-y with all the line weights. And then we have the 3D view. Again, more like a little modern graphic-y. And then we have our first floor plan. This was so fun. I'm so happy I did this. I'm going to export and post these because I think they're so fun. And thank you for being here. This was an extra long special. I typically will keep Model with Mel's to an hour moving forward on the regular. I will be working on one model, one house every week, and that is like one season. You can go and look at past seasons to see the structure of it, but one season is one house from start to finish, and we bring it to life. We focus on the exterior, the interior, we do it all. And usually takes around 8 weeks to do a house together if we're doing a live stream 1 hour every week. This, where it was a holiday special, I knew wasn't going to come back to it again next week, so I really this was an extra long one because of that. I wanted to do everything on one live stream, but typically they'll be about an hour, and we will just work week after week on the same project, bring it to life from start to finish, and you can follow along, watch the replays, and create them on your own. I think it's fun when people keep the shell of what I'm doing and then create their own floor plan on the inside. I think that's always a fun exercise to do. I like when I do those. I'll work with the shell and then do something different on the inside, or work with the floor plan and then focus on something on the exterior. Like, always swapping and challenging myself to do different things in different ways and see things through different lenses. So that's just one of the ways I will work, and suggest that you guys follow along with those Model with Mel's weekly. Different things you can do, different ideas you can have. And yeah, I'm really excited. I think this was a great kickoff for Model with Mel's for them to come back for the new year. Again, this was a holiday special, so extra long special. We were drinking hot cocoa, we were chatting. I had my Christmas sweater on, and I will see you guys next week. We will be starting a new season. It is a house that we've worked on in the past and then we didn't get to finish together. So it will be a continuation, actually, of the previous season, because I do want to finish this house that we were working on. Life got crazy. I got married, went on my honeymoon, we moved. It's been nonstop. I didn't have a place to do my streams, but now we're back. We're settled. I have my streaming area set up, and we can get back into the Model with Mel. So it will be a continuation of a house of a series, but you can go back and watch the previous episodes. I think there's 3 or 4 that I did with this house to get caught up, and then if you want to, you can live stream alongside me next week we'll continue working on that house. So I'm super excited to be back doing this. I love doing this holiday special. I hope you guys have a good Christmas, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you just have a good holiday season, and I will talk to you guys next